Coming up on the Fish on Forever podcast.
Having a dropper on a lighted or blinking lure is okay to do.
Shouldn't have suffered barrel trauma on this catch. First show of the new year. Let's do something kind of new. This is the Fish on Forever podcast, formerly Sporting Journal Radio, presented by OnX. Know where you stand with OnX. Welcome to the show. A lot to get to this week. We've got Paul Johnson and Joe Henry from Lake of the Woods Tourism and Riverbend Resort up at Lake of the Woods to join us. We're going to do something different with them this week, guys. We're going to do some trivia.
Sounds good.
Trivia for middle schoolers.
Oh, no.
So, are you smarter than a middle schooler? No. We'll find out. David, what do you think?
It's a gamble.
That's David Eckhart, Dan Amundsen over there. What's up, fellas?
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome to the new year.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, we got some things planned. We got a Lake Winnipeg trip this week. I'm pretty excited about that.
By the time this podcast is available to the public, we will be gone. That is correct. We'll be on the road.
So I want to talk a little bit about like what we should bring up there. Because have you been up there before, David?
I've never been up there, nope.
You had a couple ideas we'll talk about.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty ticked at David because one of the ideas he was supposed to bring today.
That's right.
I did forget that.
So I'm withholding waypoints from him until it happens.
Also, did you guys see the picture going around from In Fisherman about that crappie?
Yeah.
All right, so they talked to the DNR, and we're going to tell you what the DNR told In Fish, what they think might have happened to that crappie that's been going around social medias, or if you look on their Facebook page, you'll be able to find it on yourself.
That's social media.
What?
I said that's social media.
Facebook page.
Yeah.
On the social medias.
Yeah, and then you said, or you can just go to Facebook.
On their, I'm trying to tell them specifically where it's at. Anyway, we're going to learn a little bit more about how smart these guys are in the outdoor world. Let's do some, let's do some sponsors right now.
Okay, this show is brought to you by Lake of the Woods Tourism. Lake of the Woods is the walleye capital of the world. No matter what anyone else says, plan an ice fishing trip to Lake of the Woods at lakeofthewoodsmn.com. OnX Hunt, see private land boundaries, offline maps, and more. You can take 20% off a new membership with the code SJR20. Haybale Heights Campground and Resort, ice fish Devil's Lake out of a snow bear at Haybale Heights. Learn more at haybaleheights.com. Tasman Lake Lodge, world record lake trout and giant pike, Saskatchewan and Tasman Lake. Learn more at tasmanlake.com. And Prairie Sportsman. We're getting close to the new season. You can watch episodes anytime, the Prairie Sportsman YouTube channel.
I love the shot of that rabbit.
Yeah.
In the new intro there. That's pretty wild.
You know, the last few times I pheasant hunted this year, I was posting a few times and rabbits kept jumping out at me. And after your guys' rabbit hunt experience, I came real close to whacking them, but I didn't know where dogs or people were, so I didn't. But I really wanted to.
They're pretty tasty.
Where's that rabbit meat, David, that you were going to bring us?
It's still in my freezer. It's next to those lures I was supposed to bring for Dan.
Why don't we keep you around?
I wanted to say one other thing to listen up for. We're going to talk to Joe Henry about dirty bombs, which he is doing a little bit of digging about.
Breaking news.
Yeah, quite possibly. So that is coming up later in the show. Let's do some headlines right now. Headlines. All right, they are brought to you by Space Trailers. This is a trailer company out of Red Wing, Minnesota, where they build really lightweight, durable trailers that take up very little space. You can pull them behind smaller vehicles if you don't have a big truck. You can store them upright in your garage. You can actually tip them right up. They've got 600-pound trailers that can haul 1,000 pounds worth of gear. They come with all-terrain tires, and then there's a couple of different styles and a couple of different color options, 3 different wheel and tire options. Find out more about them at spacetrailers.com. All right, guys, this isn't exactly outdoor related necessarily, but I think it still fits in with what we try to talk about here on this show. And there's a new food pyramid. Did you guys see this?
I have not.
Came out today. As a matter of fact, did you have something to add there, Dan?
Subtle foreshadowing to our trivia. This is why I clarified what our trivia was about later in the show, into the future.
Well, the food pyramid, I don't even remember exactly, because I feel like that was middle school. Speaking of
elementary.
Elementary school, yeah. I don't remember what the old food pyramid was like exactly, but the new food pyramid has put new dietary guidelines out for Americans promoting whole foods, healthy proteins, and fat. So the new food pyramid at the top has red meat, cheese, vegetables, and fruits pictured at the top. I think that's great. Trying to eat healthier. And then they're trying to... The protein, they say that the protein and healthy fats are essential and were wrongly discouraged in prior dietary guidelines. And they are going to try to reduce the consumption of highly processed foods laden with refined carbohydrates, added sugars, excess sodium, unhealthy fats, and chemical additives. So all the stuff we talk about here on this show about eating healthier, eating, wild game, eating less processed food, and using less seed oils to cook with, I think this kind of falls in that same line. I think this is a step in the right direction.
Does this mean school lunches are going to taste good again?
So that was where I was going to transition this discussion to, because I'm trying to remember. I know, I was pre the whole healthy school food. Was that Michelle Obama or whatever what she did there?
Ruined my school experience.
Yeah, you were a part of that. What did your school lunches do when that happened?
They sucked. I started bringing them from home. You used to get cool things, and then you didn't. We'd get Papa John's pizza. We did once a month. It was pizza day. They'd order 100 Papa John's pizzas, and we'd get Papa John's pizza. Or then it was Pizza Hut. That was controversial when they changed carriers, but we used to have that. And then Michelle Obama came in and said, "Nope, thanks, Obama."
Probably didn't she get rid of all the vending machines too, or something?
Well, no, didn't get rid of them, but every pop became a zero pop or a diet pop, and the food sucked. It was like veggie straws and.
Ugh.
Yeah,
veggie straws aren't even good for you. Those aren't even healthy.
Neither is zero pop, zero sugar pop, and all that stuff. But
I missed all that.
Difference.
We went.
I was right in the middle of school when that happened.
We went to the same high school, didn't we?
Sure did.
Didn't we? I'm trying to remember. I thought we had a Pizza Hut in our cafeteria when I was in high school.
Well, definitely not when Dan went there because thanks Obama. But I think you're right. I think there was something like.
I thought we had a Taco Bell and a Pizza Hut.
Well, you might be getting ahead of yourself.
In our cafeteria.
My dad might remember that, but my dad used to eat
it would have been after him.
Why? Barely, but he used to have.
Barely. He's 9 years old, 8 years older than I am. Barely.
It's kind of barely, but at least in high school, it still wasn't terrible. I didn't buy a lunch at school after elementary school because it got stupid. But the one thing I had money in my account from 5th grade all the way till I was in high school. And I didn't know this till I was a junior in high school. And so I had all this money. It was either just going to go away or I had to use it. But our school still sold soft pretzels and cookies. So I'd bring my cold lunch with, a sandwich or something. And I'd go buy myself a pretzel or 2 or 3. That was pretty sweet.
My favorite thing to do, and once I was a senior, I think we just went to McDonald's every day or went somewhere else. We just left all the time. But we had an a la carte menu, and then you had the line where you could go through and just get what they prepare, like the meal plan or whatever. But I always did a la carte, and I'd always sometimes I'd bring a bag lunch with sandwiches, but my favorite thing to do was I'd get a chocolate malt. And then I get those.
See, you got malts in high school?
Yeah, malts are
stupid.
Malts
crap.
or shakes.
Unreal. I didn't have that.
And I'd get the little roll of chocolate donuts, the Hostess or whatever that you can get.
And then I would
chunk them up and mix them up into my chocolate malt.
You make a cake shake at school?
Yeah.
Unreal.
It was the best.
And here we were getting you had to. The stupidest part about this is you'd go through the line. You'd go through the line with your lunch. And they'd make you take a fruit or a vegetable, whatever they had. They'd make you take it. It just ended up in the trash. So we just ended up wasting food. Yeah. There's kids in Africa who wanted to eat that stuff. We didn't want to eat it. Send it somewhere else. We didn't want it. Give us our quesadillas and our Pizza Hut pizza and our chocolate malts back. God dang it.
Fired up.
This is dumb.
I don't think it affected you at all, though, Dan.
Well, now that I'm an adult and I have adult money and get to eat whatever I want, I eat like garbage because I didn't get to eat it in high school, in middle school. Maybe if I'd have gotten that out of my system, I wouldn't be such an unhealthy adult. Well, I'm pretty healthy, but God dang it. I'm just ticked off.
I'm trying to remember. There was a Mexican pizza that we had, and it was in the shape of a hexagon or an octagon or something like that. Does that ring a bell for any guys?
Nope.
It
definitely not.
It just basically had sauce and cheese on it, maybe some sort
taco.
of meat product.
For you.
But it was like, yeah, I can't remember what it was. I'm trying to remember. There was a name for it.
How in the world is that a Mexican pizza?
Yeah, I have no idea. It must have been it must have been the seasoning that they put on it and the sauce. Like, it was delicious. It was one of my favorite hot food items that you could get there. That and Italian dunkers.
Oh, Italian Dunker Day was sweet.
Yeah.
Which, how dumb is that? It's bread with cheese on it.
and red sauce, marinara sauce or whatever. Yeah.
Here's a breadstick.
Garlic cheese bread.
It's the giant breadstick.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Oh, man.
That was a day I'd usually get seconds. Pizza day was all automatic second. Quesadilla day was automatic seconds.
All right, we should probably talk about something there. David, did you have any favorites?
The Sloppy Joes were dynamite.
Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe.
Never a
And then,
Sloppy Joe fan.
The
like
little
Sloppy Joes.
rectangle pizzas that they would, cook 25 of them on a big cookie sheet. Those were always pretty good
Is
too.
it stuffed crust?
No.
Oh, we had stuffed crust pizza sometimes.
Well, good
All
for
right.
you.
But then they've ripped it away.
All right, let's get back into the world of outdoors. We could talk about high school lunches
For hours.
for hours. Yeah. So I'm sharing my screen here. This is the Fisherman post about this crappie that they caught. I saw this post, a week ago or 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago, whatever it was. And look at that coloring.
Looks like school lunch after they tried to make it healthy.
So they kind of put it out there. What do you guys think this is? And the Tim Monahan, the Minnesota DNR fish health specialist, had three possible ideas. He thinks it could be an effect from barotrauma. This could be a fish that was caught deep and released, although this was caught at 22 feet, so it shouldn't have suffered barotrauma on this catch, but maybe it was caught once before and released in deeper water. It could be a myoglobin-rich muscle tissue. So myoglobin is an iron-rich protein that binds to oxygen, gives red color to muscle tissue in fish. Although this is unusual, they say, to see elevated levels like this.
So you're saying just because the fish swam away and you watched it go to the bottom, it maybe wasn't completely healthy?
Right. Another reason could possibly be related to these specific fish's diets, although not likely with this black crappie. So would you guys eat this fish?
No chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would eat that fish.
Interesting. It's so funny. I'll see pictures like this on Facebook, like, oh, look at my walleye. It's got this is like a sandy flesh disease or something that some walleyes have. And every time I look at that, I'm like, I got to look a little closer at my fish when I clean them. Sometimes I'm ripping through those things and throwing them in the fridge so fast. I'm like, I better go back and look at those things just a little bit. But
Yeah.
no,
You're fine.
so far.
They'll just serve it at school lunch.
All right, we got trivia. Are you smarter than a middle schooler? We'll come back and do that with Joe Henry and Paul Johnson when we come back. It doesn't get much better than fresh perch and fresh walleye. If you're looking for an exciting winter fishing destination, come to Devil's Lake, North Dakota. Haybale Heights Campground and Resort is on the ice with a fleet of snow bears, keeping you mobile and warm so you can stay on the roaming schools of fish. Haybale Heights on the east end of Devil's Lake has knowledgeable guides, comfortable cabins, and their own lake access, making your trip as successful and stress-free as possible. To book your trip, go to haybaleheights.com. That's haybaleheights.com. All right, we're back. We're going to do a little trivia this week, guys. What do you think?
Sounds good.
I'm scared.
Yeah, well, it's like, the sports abyss, really. Like, it's not a lot going on right now. I guess it's ice fishing, and people are kind of excited about that, but it's the new year. First show of the new year. Let's do something kind of new. I mean, we've done trivia before, but I can tell you guys are very excited.
Well, I just want to know what we're going to be trivia'd on.
Yeah, I don't even know what.
You got to help us out here. But it could be like world history, which is not going to be very fun. It could be fishing trivia, which could be good. Could be kind of fun.
What do we talk about on this show?
Usually fishing, hunting.
And hunting.
So don't you think that trivia would be about fishing and hunting in the outdoors? I'm just throwing that out there.
That would be logical.
Oh my God.
However,
this is why. However, what? Go ahead.
I've known you for 25 years.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Logic doesn't always play into everything we do.
It's true. Sometimes I like to throw curveballs, but
That's what I'm saying.
this is exactly why I was like, all right, we're going to do trivia, but I can't just do it with you two yahoos. So we're going to bring in Paul Johnson from Riverbend Resort and Joe Henry from Lake of the Woods Tourism as well. Fellas, how's it going?
Going good,
Doing
going
great.
good. I have to say, remember last week when David had that camouflage hat on, just like your sweatshirt, and he was kissing up to you? Now he's got the Riverbend hat on, kissing up to
Oh, look at that.
He's always kissing up to somebody, isn't he?
Wow.
Gotta represent.
Wow. And the SGR 500 hoodie
Oh, yeah.
even. Look at that.
Can't wait.
David, I almost wore my SJR sweatshirt.
Could have been matching.
I was this close.
Dang it. Well,
Okay, we got the host of the SJR 500, Paul Johnson with Riverbend Resort in the Walleye Inn. It's hard to talk about Paul and the SJR 500 without singing that AI song.
it's
It's
awesome.
awesome.
All right. Is that hoodie says it's
says it on the
awesome
back,
it, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how we're ever going to top that because AI can't write the same song twice. So you can't just like go in and change the lyrics and have it be the
Right.
same. So there's going to be a whole new version, and boy, you're setting yourself up for failure.
I know. We gotta. I mean, clearly. I mean,
Well-
that's just a given.
Well, it's just because it's going to be so hard to top. It's like when an artist comes out with a great song, and now you have to come out with a second one. It's hard. You're going to be a one-hit wonder.
we should
do it
just
again.
retire it.
What if we just quit the whole tournament?
Sometimes when you have a really, really good song, people like to hear it again. It's not like they heard it 100 times. They probably only heard it a couple times, and it's a really good song, and you just kind of played it again, resurrect it this year.
Well, but that's the problem is like in the process of making AI music, in case anyone was interested in how this works, like if you type in your lyrics and what you want, but it's like impossible to get the same result. So we can change the lyrics because we can't run it back with what we have because we might have new sponsors or different dates and stuff like that. So,
Hopefully, same sponsors. Just throwing that out.
well, but
there
we
to all
might
the
have,
sponsors
but
that
we
are-
might have more.
Yeah.
Is where I'm going
Oh,
with
yeah.
this. So we can't just change the lyrics and hope it's going to be the same tune and everything because AI just isn't that smart to do that yet. So it's inevitably it's going to be something different.
It's crazy. I wrote that AI song, and I like left a word out of the lyrics, like one little word, like to or and or something stupid. And the song was
Writing's
perfect.
hard.
Like it was so good. But I just missed it, whatever, because I was probably writing it at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, there's
And,
there's a folder in one of our hard drives here that just SJR song bad.
Well, so then I tried to recreate it and fix the lyrics, and AI spit out a completely different sounding song. So it is impossible to like recreate that same sound through AI, unfortunately. But that's all right. We'll do something new this year. I don't know. We still need to figure out if we're going to do the sturgeon stash or if we're gonna
I don't
come
want.
up with.
We got to come up with something different. I had an idea. I still can't remember it. I looked through my notes. I can't remember it. I had an idea.
a burbot beard.
That
Well, and I suppose you guys are thinking too that
Don't
you
think that was it.
SGR 500 because Sporting Journal Radio has kind of been retired, and now you have Fish Hunt Forever. So is it the Fish Hunt Forever 500?
No, I think we'll keep it SGR 500 as a tribute.
FHF 500 does kind of have a ring to it, though. The FHFF.
The thing is, though, is when you change the name of something like that, how confusing it is for everybody but us. Like, we'll all get it, and everyone else will be like, "Oh, I thought is there a new term?
Is this new?
Is it
Fifth
Yeah.
annual? What do you mean? Yeah,
Or,
well,
or do you think? Or do you think that they probably most people wouldn't remember the acronym SGR anyway? They remember
Yeah.
the 500. They know that there's some tournament in April up at Riverbend that Bret and Danny put on, and they've done it a few years now, and it's really fun, and people should come out, and it doesn't cost much to enter. And do you think they're really going to get confused when you change it from SJR to FHF?
You'd be surprised with people these days.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We can talk about it, but
What
Now
about
it'd have
the
to be like the FHF 600.
700? We're coming up at our 700th show here
We
in
are.
4 weeks.
honestly, at this point, if they're not like if it's not going to make that big of a difference to change it, then why change it?
We'll just keep
at
it.
that point.
What about the It's Awesome 500?
the spring? It's awesome tournament on the Rainy River.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the best line is, if you want to catch a big fish, you have to go where the big fish are. That's pretty logical.
I wonder why you like that line so much, Joe.
First question to trivia. If you want to catch a big fish, what do you do?
Where do you go?
I was talking to speaking of that, I was talking to Evan Rosemore Evan Rosemore is an MTT angler. He's a tournament angler. He's actually an engineer for Polaris, and he has his own rod company. But I saw him at the National Professional Anglers Association conference this past weekend, and Evan had a real nice conversation with you. But Evan's one of the co-anglers who had that bag of walleyes for the MTT that was 5 fish for over 60 pounds this year. So we were talking all about that and how that day went, and it was pretty cool. But you think about it, 5 fish over 12 pounds. Now, as a Fish Donkey app, and it's a little bit liberal for inches to weight, but certainly 5 11-pounders, and pretty cool.
If you want to catch 5 11-pounders, you got to go where the 5 11-pounders are. That doesn't quite
it doesn't quite roll off the tongue.
I don't know. We might need to get someone else to write the song.
If you're starting with that, you might be up till 5 o'clock in the morning this time.
This is going downhill fast. 5 years, we maybe should have quit her at 4.
I'm excited. That's the 7th and 8th of April. We talk about it a lot on this show. It's a fun tournament. It's a chance to catch some of the biggest fish of your life. Of course, it's only $40 to enter. But the only thing, I wish we had more fun.
Yeah, we just never have any fun.
More fun?
More fun.
I will say the camaraderie is pretty neat because, we got people every year that are new and they're kind of coming in not knowing what to expect. And maybe they've never been to Riverbend. Maybe they have. They don't know the group. And everybody's super welcoming. I mean, it's just a really, just a nice, friendly environment. Everybody's welcome. Yeah, people try to be competitive and catch fish, but it's so much more about sharing stories and rubbing elbows. Yeah. Everybody likes to be part of that live show you do.
Well, that's just it. Like, we try to have good prizes for the contest, of course, but we try not to make them so big that you want to cheat at it. But we want the entire atmosphere surrounding the tournament to be why you want to go there, and that includes the podcast recording that we do in the bar there at Riverbend. And honestly, that's probably my favorite show of the year to do. Like, hanging out in here with you idiots is fun too, but
is it though? But we don't have to lie to each other here. It's okay. This is a safe space.
Cheating, and now he's lying through his teeth.
Yeah, this is a safe space. We can tell the truth in this room.
But getting a room full of people in the bar and the restaurant there at Riverbend and being able to have that instant feedback when you say something and you can talk to a crowd, like I love doing. I mean, I think if it didn't involve the amount of work surrounding something like that, I would want to do a live show like that every week.
If you want to be a free intern that week and pay your own way to get there and pay for your own lodging and pay for your own entry fee, but help us set up, that'd be great.
That sounds like a great idea.
That'd be great.
I like that. I like the way your business model.
That's kind of how you did things with me for a while. Just learned it from you.
Well, I didn't make you pay your way. I at least paid your way.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
It makes me think of that formula. 100% of 0 is 0.
That's right.
Well, it's a lot of fun. We give away a lot of prizes, and that podcast and the tournament prize ceremony, whatever you want to call it, is such a good time up there. April 7th and 8th, the SJR 500. This is the 5th annual?
Fifth annual.
This is the 5th annual.
This is a big one.
Yeah. So we got to come up with the Burbot Beard or Sturgeon Stash or I don't know. We got to come up with a new theme this year.
I'd say we could all clean shave just so Joe can feel included, but I don't want to do that.
Hey, the funny thing about it was, you would all have to shave. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. It's a scary
these
thought.
Guys are doing the same thing.
All right. Well, Joe Henry and Paul Johnson are joining us here on the show right now. We were going to do trivia this segment, but why don't we take a break? We'll come back and we'll do some outdoor themed trivia. The best part about this, you guys, is it's going to start off. The first few questions were outdoor trivia questions for middle schoolers. So it's kind of our version of are you smarter than a fifth grader? Does that make any of you nervous right now?
Yeah.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Well, if it doesn't, it should.
Yes.
If it doesn't, it should. All right. Trivia when we come back. Sick of eating tag soup? It's time to own your odds this fall with OnX Hunt, the GPS hunting app trusted by millions of hunters. Now you'll have access to nationwide public and private land ownership information, waypoints, optimal win for each stand, tracks, and much more. All at your fingertips. Go to onxmaps.com/hunt and use code SJR20 at checkout to receive 20% off your membership. That's code SJR20. All right, it is time for outdoor trivia. We probably need a name for this too. Fish Hunt Forever trivia. And it's, are you smarter than a middle schooler trivia here on the Fish Hunt Forever show? Only half these questions were for middle schoolers. The other half, because I kind of ran out of them, because one of them was like, what essential skill involves starting a fire without matches? What do you think the answer is? Fire starting.
But that's the skill?
That's the skill.
Well, hey, that's a tricky question.
Right.
Because the answer is so stupid.
That's
that
why
it's hard.
that's why I went away from the middle schooler
like
questions.
that.
There'll be a couple of them. But that I was going to ask you guys, though, have you ever started a fire without matches or a lighter? Any of you guys?
Probably in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Does a drip torch count?
No.
All right, the old flint and steel.
Did you?
Yeah, gotta get back to that.
How about pressing the button on one of the
An
propane
igniter?
heaters?
Yeah.
How about your grill?
Okay, so how about...
Your buddy heater?
All right, you guys are...
Heater? How about
I started
turning the stove, your gas stove on with the automatic click, 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 boom.
I cooked a quesadilla once. I just got this Snapchat memory. I cooked a quesadilla once and forgot about it for 20 minutes. Came back, it was on fire. Just for a
Negligence.
second. Just for a second.
Negligence
Started a fire.
Started the fire.
I put it out too.
Or a magnifying glass.
I was going to say,
I've done
David,
ants.
Yeah, I've done
magnifying
that.
glass. Yeah, which...
Have you actually done that, David, or you just?
I never have, no.
Oh, I've done
Yeah.
that. Not the
I mean, on
ants.
TV, the survival shows, they're doing, survival and all this. So they're doing sticks, and they have those flint things they squeeze. Sometimes they have the knife with the piece of what is that? They use their
and
knife
steel.
on it, causes sparks.
Piece of flint.
Flint,
Or
yeah.
Little House on the Prairie. She lost her glasses and started a giant wildfire. Don't forget about that. I'm watching you, Paul. Don't start a fire with your glasses.
I think I did try to start a fire once with rubbing a stick between my hands, and I got a blister and quit. I don't need a fire.
Well, let us know in the comments below how you've started fires before using none of these methods that we taught, except for maybe the stick or the flint or something like that. All right, some Fish Hunt Forever trivia, ladies and gentlemen. What are we playing for today? How about
How about this?
okay? How about no? How about a glazed and confused burger at Riverbend Resort?
Ooh,
Courtesy of Fish Hunt Forever.
those are
the winner.
really good.
So good. So good.
All right, what's on that burger, Paul?
That is a burger.
Really? Beef.
How big is the burger, Paul?
I should have warned him so I could look at the menu ahead of time. I got it right here.
That's a 3-pound hand patty burger that we char broil right back in the kitchen, and then we throw some house smoked brisket
There you
on
go.
top of that, and then we have a glazed and confused sauce that goes over some fried onions, like some crispy onions, and then served on our Miles Lab paw stamped bun.
Which is awesome.
Yummy.
Gosh, that burger sounds delicious. Your food always is good up there, but I love the paw stamps on the buns. Of course, I knew Miles.
Even
too, so.
just a hand patty it. I mean, taking that little the quality of the meat, the level of detail. I mean, it's all those little extra. That's why the burgers are so darn good there.
So good. All right, so we're playing for a glazed and confused burger at Riverbed Resort. Ladies and gentlemen, question number 1. Are you all ready? So here's how we'll do it. We'll just kind of go around and I'll ask everybody what their answer is, all right? That's how we'll figure out who. And then, Dan, you need to keep score.
No. Do you have paper? Give me one of your old envelopes. I need to keep.
Do you have a
score.
pen? Because
I've got many pens. I just don't have paper.
Just right on.
Sweet. Throw it.
There you go.
Dan, you're a man of many pens.
That's an unpaid bill.
Those aren't important.
No, it's like
We're delinquent.
my insurance guy is awesome, and I like my insurance company, but I get so much stuff in the mail that I
Maybe you should open them because you got to
Open,
pay the
like-
bill.
it's automatic pay.
I don't think so. Not according to this.
All right.
Yikes.
Question number 1. Which country has the most natural lakes? Which country has the most natural lakes?
I know this one.
You can end. Whoever's ready, go ahead and answer. We don't have to go around. Just
Canada.
okay. What do you? Anybody else?
I'm going to go with Canada, too.
I'll say USA just because.
What an idiot!
Wow.
Canada has the
Jeez.
Canada has the most natural lakes in the world by a significant margin, with estimates suggesting 2 to 3 million, holding about 60% of all lakes over 0.1 square kilometers, and around 879,000 large lakes in Canada. I remember, spending time in Saskatchewan, and the first time I heard that they had like 100,000 lakes or something in the province. Like, that's crazy, all the water up there. All right, question. So everybody but Paul got that right.
Yep.
All right. Question 2. What is the fastest land animal? Ladies and gentlemen, fastest land animal.
Joe Henry.
Cheetah.
Yeah, cheetah.
Paul, Dan?
Jaguar.
What an idiot.
Jaguar. I'm going to go with the North American antelope.
Cheetah is the correct answer. It can go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds.
That's faster than a Toyota Tundra.
Yeah. I can get there pretty quick.
Pulling a boat.
Oh, all right. All right.
I bet a cheetah doesn't have 400,000 miles on it.
That's true.
Touche.
Again, another outdoor-related question for middle schoolers. Question number 3.
Well, these are the middle school questions?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
What is the scale used to measure the intensity of tornadoes?
EF.
Yeah, the F scale.
Yeah, EF.
F stop.
What does the F stand for?
Fujita.
What'd you say?
The
Fajita?
Fujita scale.
Oh. How many fajitas was that tornado? 6. I was going to say the Furious scale. I don't know.
Furious.
Ferocity.
Funnel. I don't know.
This is a middle schooler question?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Joe, did you have an answer? He's Googling it real quick.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I just looked it up online real quick because I didn't know it. So I'm not going to say it.
He did Google it.
Because I don't want to cheat.
Come on.
Busted. It is the Fujita scale.
It is.
It's developed by Dr. T. Theodore Fujita in 1971. Ranges from F0 to F5, which is incredible. Wind speeds estimates. All right, so here's a bonus question for you.
I legit thought you were making a joke about fajitas.
No.
I tried. Coincidentally, it was right.
It's classified.
I was referring to fajita, like his.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Same.
Coming this week to
actually got
Miles
it right.
Lab. He got it right. Yeah, he's the only one. I'll give you guys a bonus chance to catch back up. It's based on wind speeds. An F5. How fast does a tornado? Do winds in a tornado have to be going to be considered an F5?
Over 170?
Dan?
7.
Joe?
My answer.
150.
261. 261 miles an hour.
That's a lot of miles an hour.
I should have known that one.
I should have Googled it.
All right, what is
What's
the large?
the top speed of the Tundra?
Should have Googled it. That's the other F scale, the Fundra speeds.
It's never gone over 70 miles an hour because that's the speed limit.
That's right, except in North Dakota and South Dakota.
Okay, it's never gone over 80 miles an hour because that's the speed
right.
limit.
Yep. What is the largest national park in the United States?
We still on middle school questions?
Yeah.
God dang.
Yep. One more middle schooler question.
I don't like
This is it.
Yellowstone?
Boy.
I would bet. I mean, I was going to say Yellowstone. I bet there's one in Alaska that's probably really big. I wonder if it's like Kenai.
Denali.
Paul? Dan, did you guess?
No, I haven't.
You're trying to Google it?
I'm not Googling it.
It is the...
Well, I don't get to guess?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, jeepers. Trick question, Voyager National Park.
It is the Wrangell St. Elias National Park in Alaska, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Denali or Kenai, but the Wrangell St. Elias. It covers the Wrangell Mountains and a large portion of the St. Elias Mountains, which include most of the highest peaks in the United States and Canada. So that park runs right along the edge of the Yukon border. Bonus question, how many acres? It's in the millions.
Millions.
2.5.
Millions.
2.1.
That's a lot of country up there.
1.1 million acres.
3.8.
13.
Oh, not even close.
Wow.
That's a huge national park.
Are we going off Price is Right rules? Do I get it? Closest?
Closest without going over. Congratulations, David.
Yeah, one acre.
Middle schoolers know this information. That is amazing.
Doesn't mean they know it.
It's just questions to ask them. All right, so now here are just some general questions that were not for middle schoolers. Oh, they're going to get harder.
Can they? I don't think they can. Nobody knows these things.
How many, well, no, I'm not going to ask you how many animals. What is the more common term for the behavior estivate? What does estivate mean for animals?
I think that's a city in Saskatchewan that we drive through on the border.
That's estivate.
Well, I'd say it, but I think this is a G-rated show, isn't it?
Yes, and the answer is also G-rated. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Estivate. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Yes.
What is the more common term for the word estivate?
He got you there, Dan.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Can you spell it?
I will say...
You don't know how to spell it. You're looking at it. I asked for you to spell it.
Oh, E-S-T...
Thank you.
I-V-A-T-E. Estivate.
Okay, so let's go back to my Latin roots here.
Like estimate, only with a V instead of an M.
EST, that means... EST.
Running.
All right. Bears do this.
Oh. Well, now I think it's too easy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give you a harder part to this question, but
great.
go ahead and guess it.
Hibernate?
Hibernate is the answer. So, what animal hibernates in the summer?
Burbot.
Well, it wasn't on my list, but... Any of you guys have a guess? Otherwise, we'll move on. I'll tell you what the answer is. It's a hedgehog.
Really?
And they will seek shelter in a burrow if it goes above around 90 degrees or 30 degrees Celsius.
Oh, well, I do that too.
When it enters a state of estivation, which they spelt this differently than the other estivates.
Well, I would have gotten it if you had spelled it that
I
way.
might have left a letter out there. They will lower its metabolism and live off of fat stores for up to 6 weeks when it gets to be 90 degrees outside. I do the same thing.
The more you know.
All right. How about another question? What creature with an equine name has no teeth or stomach, mates for life, and is the only species on Earth where the male carries the unborn offspring?
Oh. It's a seahorse. Yeah.
I guess that one was easy.
That wasn't the middle school question?
No. Males get pregnant and give birth. They have no stomachs and must eat constantly. And their eyes move independently. So they're always looking around in different directions. It's
Creepy.
like, what's Mr. Deeds? What was the guy?
We had a nice guy that did that once.
All right, I got 2 questions left for you here. 3 questions, maybe. Name the species of bird that has a tongue so long it wraps around the back of their skull when not in use, protecting their brains.
Woodpecker.
Yep. Is it a specific type of... What'd you say, Paul?
Hummingbird?
Hummingbird.
Oh.
Joe?
As a hummingbird.
Yeah, it is a hummingbird.
No, I think it's a woodpecker.
Are you
I'm going woodpecker.
I'm going woodpecker.
But
It is a
after you
hummingbird.
said
What?
hummingbird,
No.
it sounded right.
No, it's a woodpecker. I was just repeating what David was saying.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Woodpecker, they have a skull wrapping design. The tongue's attachment point, the hyoid bone, starts at the nostrils, splits, wraps around the back of the skull, and then re-enters the mouth, providing a natural shock absorber.
That's so weird.
Mm-hmm. All right,
But didn't you, weren't you saying on the show one time that you dated somebody like that?
Don't have to worry about CTE.
It was that ice guy's sister.
All right, 2 quick ones here. What plant is frequently associated with the Asian continent, can grow up to 12 inches in a single day, and is technically a giant grass rather than a tree?
Bamboo.
Bamboo Hill.
I bring this one up just because I didn't realize it could grow 12 inches in a day. That's pretty wild.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah. All right.
That is a lot. All right, and one last one. I'm going to screw this one up. I was going to look up a little bit more about this. The species Socratia
Isn't that a guy?
exorziza exhibits some of the most unusual behavior for a plant in the world and draws comparisons to some of Tolkien's creations. What distinctive ability does this tree have?
I didn't understand half the words that came out of your mouth.
Yeah, I don't blame you. There's a tree that does something wild that looks like it's something out of Lord of the Rings. What can it do?
Is it somehow carnivorous, where it eats bugs like a praying mantis?
Anybody else have a guess? Guess?
It could be a Venus flytrap or whatever they're called. Sunflowers can follow the sun.
I don't know.
I'll go with an oak tree, just because.
Well, we're not looking for what it is. We're looking for what it can do.
And I said
Oak tree.
What can it do? Oak tree.
Produces
oak,
acorns.
I said a praying mantis. Danny's right. It's a Venus flytrap that catches the bugs and eats them.
Yeah, praying mantis is an insect, Joe. We're talking about talking trees here. All right, I'm going to let you guys off the hook. It's the Socratia exoriza. The walking palm, or cachapona, is a palm native to rainforests in tropical Central and South America, and it can walk.
It moves.
It just gets up and walks away.
Migrates.
I'm trying.
Walks over to the grocery store and picks up a six-pack. Or
Then it doesn't have roots, or does it walk around with the roots connected?
So it has
Like Lord of
stilted.
the Rings trees?
Yeah, so it has unusual stilt roots, the function of which has been debated. So,
imagine you're just like at the bar and you walk outside to go home and a tree just walks away from you.
right.
Like,
Well, that's happened a couple times when I walked out of the Miles lab, but it's been like usually after midnight. It's been nothing good happens after midnight.
there's a lot of oak trees up there too.
Yeah, see, I was going to look this up a little bit more, and I just ran out of time before we started the show. So, yeah, there's debates on how these trees they move somehow, and there's debates on how they move. If they lose their roots and grow new ones, and that pushes the tree, pulls the tree over to a new location. But pretty wild in any case. So, Dan, who is our winner of this?
David Eckhart.
Woo, David!
There we go.
According to my very, very good calculations here.
Congratulations!
You're
You got
so
yourself-
smart,
I'll tell you
David.
what,
Thanks.
He's riding on that tractor. He's doing all that work on that tractor, and the whole time he's listening to podcasts and simply educating himself nonstop.
Yep.
Yep.
Middle school podcast.
Yep. Can we get some questions for first graders next time?
Are you smarter than a first grader? All right, you got a glazed and confused burger coming up at Riverbend Resort next time we're there, David. Probably at, maybe at the SGR 500, but maybe sooner as well, too. All right, more with Paul Johnson and Joe Henry. We'll get a fishing report from Lake of the Woods when we come back. Lake of the Woods is the walleye capital of the world. Plan your ice fishing trip today. We have over 60 lodging options with 30 full-service resorts featuring heated fish houses, ice transportation, meal plans, and sleeper house options. Fish from the famous Rainy River in the South Shore
You never know what you're going to catch.
to the scenic Northwest Angle.
Here at the Northwest Angle.
Catch walleye, sauger, perch, sturgeon, eel pout, tullibee, northern pike, and more. Fish Minnesota's Lake of the Woods. Learn how at lakeofthewoodsmn.com. All right, we're back. Did you guys all learn something from trivia? Was that fun? Should we do that again? I don't
Learned a
know.
lot about woodpeckers.
Let us know in the comments if you want us to do more trivia, if you learned something, or if we should do something. Yeah.
Every time I hear about a tornado now, I'm going to think of fajitas.
The fajita scale.
Just instead of a raging storm, it's a server walking out with the most obnoxious dish ever. That's what I'm going to hear.
Well, how are things going up at Lake of the Woods, gentlemen? You have any trees walking around the place?
Oak trees.
Paul, take the lead.
Well, the oaks are presently put, kind of frozen in ground, like everything up here right now. It's cold. We need the cold to get this great ice season kicked off and running. I'm sure you guys have had some great conversations already of how good the ice is and how good fishing has been up here on Lake of the Woods.
Oh, yeah. It's been real good. And just side note, when were we up there last, Dan? I'm trying to remember our last trip.
Like total or winter?
Well, the acorns were falling all over the place.
It was Labor Day weekend.
We were at Riverbend, and
it was 17 butt of Coke and some gasoline.
I kept hearing this noise, and I'm like, what is going on outside right now? Because it was like I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't figure out what it was. All this all this banging going on. I was like, what is happening outside right now? And so I walk out there, and it's just acorns just falling on rooftops in every direction. It was pretty wild. Labor Day, okay. All right, yeah, I have heard that fishing has been pretty good out there, Paul. It's been a good time for you.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the season. Average, normal developing ice thicknesses, which is great compared to the last couple of years. And the bite, coming off the summer and the fall, you guys were talking about those bag weights that were coming in from tournaments. Those fish are hanging out front in the big basin. On our side, doing really good. I mean, people are having great numbers of fish coming in. It's been a great start. Good start.
Can I just say that hoodie reminds me of like Pirates of the Caribbean for some reason? I love it. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Is that a new hoodie this year or what?
No, this was a vintage. I figured I'd pull out a vintage year to represent. It was either that or I was going to throw the SJR on. I had another sweatshirt on, but it got a little wet. I was doing some infrastructure repairs, utility infrastructure repairs earlier in the day, so I threw this vintage one on. Oh,
well, I love it. That's good. I like it. I
know. The options were our sweatshirt or the oldest sweatshirt he owns. And
well, I'm glad he didn't put on ours to go work on stuff.
Yeah, we got some friends that do that.
Yeah, we do, for sure. All right, so ice is developing nicely. What are fish biting on right now? How are you catching them?
So the Dirty Bomb has been doing really well, and different variations and setups of those Dirty Bombs. Just that light. Jim O'Neill gave a really great presentation the other night about light colors and different tannins, stains of the water and what colors work best. And it was really interesting to learn that in darker tannin waters, such as Lake of the Woods, with all the tannins coming from the bog, that the flashing red is the most predominant seen color in darker stained waters, pink being the second, and then going down the light scale from there. So that was really interesting, and guests are jumping on that trend and those lures biting, and they're catching fish. Otherwise, Kaufman spoons are working good. Tom's tackle, the stop signs. Honestly, these fish are really super hungry, and the best way to catch fish is to be up here with a line in the water and just throw some bait on. You're going to catch some fish. It's been a great bite.
Well, I like it when you can catch them jigging. I know the dead stick can be deadly up there, but it's so much fun when they're aggressive. And I've dropped. I like using big baits. We've talked about this. I like using big rattle baits, something big, noisy, and aggressive. And when the bite is on, I mean, I've caught some of the smallest fish I've ever caught on big baits. So I'm not afraid. I kind of like to try to sift through some of the smaller ones sometimes. And it's fun when you can catch stuff jigging like that up there.
It is, and what's great is, this year we've had a lot of guests that have never ice fished before. So when you want to, kind of show and bring the success, we try to keep it simple. We try to bring it down to a level that anyone can apply at any level of ice fishing experience and be successful. And, there are other baits that are out there. The jig and wraps are working good also, working that water column. When that pressure is more level, they're more aggressive versus when the pressure is high, they're on the bottom. Just about any baits are really working good. Live bait, no bait. The one thing that we haven't tried yet is canned corn.
Well, sounds like a YouTube video.
Hey, Bret, I have a little bit of an update. So for listeners that maybe don't know what a Dirty Bomb is it's like a round, almost like a round spoon with like a big eye in it. And when that touches the water, there is a light that begins blinking. It's water activated. And that lure comes with a treble hook on it. The way some anglers have been using that is they've been taking that treble hook off and using a 4 to 6 inch dropper and putting a hook at the end of the dropper, or maybe it's a treble hook, or maybe it's a jig, and then they put a live minnow on that, and that's how they're using it. And there were some questions in the state of Minnesota if using a dropper on a lighted or blinking lure was legal. And quite honestly, I had some correspondence that somebody had sent that said that it's illegal based on the interpretation. So I just see so many people talking about the dirty bomb, and some people are using it with a treble hook attached right to the lure like it comes, but then some people are using that dropper. So I thought I better get to the bottom of it. So I reached out to somebody who I work with who's a conservation officer and just had the discussion with him. I said, I don't want to show something or promote something if it's technically legal by the letter of the law, right? And he said, no, I'm glad you brought it up because I want to get to the bottom of it too. I've seen a lot of it, and I've heard different interpretations. But so we went to the fisheries manager, and then they went to a district DNR person, and they revealed that having a dropper on a lighted or blinking lure is okay to do. It's
really?
legal.
Really?
Yes. The interpretation, when you read that law, it talks about having something at the end of a line, and the way that it's really up for a lot of interpretation, the way it's written. And what the DNR folks kind of revealed is that they think that attractant light is really speaking more to one of those big lights that you might float over the top of the water and attract crappies or something like that, rather than a lure with a 4 to 6 inch dropper. So that is legal to use. I know that he said he was going to spread the word with other conservation officers from Lake of the Woods, just because that presentation is so popular right now at the Lake of the Woods. And but it's good to go in case anybody was wondering. Maybe nobody even thought about it, but
we definitely have. I mean, because we've used them in different states, provinces, whatever. And I know, Dan, you looked into that quite a bit.
Yeah, we were in Saskatchewan, and I had sent an email to some people wondering. I wanted to use it inline trolling, right? I wanted to have a bait in front of it and use it inline trolling, and sent them an email, and they're like, I've never thought about that before. But same, like it's almost fun how we get these conversations rolling and can get more interpretation, and some of these people who are enforcing our laws or making our laws have just never even thought about this, and so it's kind of fun to have those conversations. But they said no, you couldn't do it up there, but that's cool that you can do it down here in Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, isn't nice to have a relationship with the DNR. We have a really good relationship with the DNR here. They attend. I mean, whether it's the enforcement or fisheries or wildlife or really everybody. I mean, just we have good open communication, and it's really helpful, obviously.
Yeah, that's cool.
We've had a lot of discussion about COs and laws and regulations here in Minnesota in the last few months, some of it more on the hunting side when baiting laws and things like that. And everyone's like, well, the interpretation is where you have problems. And when you start digging into this stuff and you think about that rule right there, it's probably in a state statute, right? Like you can't use light to attract fish. Well, then someone's like, well, they probably had to tweak it a little bit to allow this little thing. Well, now you've got this dirty bomb lure, but because of the way the law was written to keep you from using a spotlight when you're out there fishing, this is something completely different. Yet when you have to interpret how that the intent of that regulation when it was written, and if this falls under that category or not. So whether that regulation needs to be rewritten or you can go off the interpretation, as long as all the conservation officers agree with that interpretation, because that's where we run into problems when one enforces it this way here and one enforces it this way here. So
that's also why I thought I'd bring it up on your show. And it's also why I'm probably going to write an article for the Lake of the Woods Tourism's newsletter and bring it up there just to really get that word out, because naturally other conservation officers around the state, if they haven't gotten the word, or there hadn't been a memo sent out by chance, they might see this and ask their colleagues, and the word's going to spread. But I can tell you that from the DNR's mouth that we're good to go by using a dropper on the dirty bomb, a 4 to 6 inch dropper on the dirty bomb. I also know that there is some different rules written in regards to a quick strike rig. And, quick strike rig, for those that are listening, is, you attach that to your line and it wires off with a treble. It wires off, and then you have a treble and a little spinner on both sides. And a lot of times what you'll do is you'll either hang a live sucker or a dead bait with one treble right behind the head and one treble just in front of the tail to make that hang horizontal in the water column. You use that under a tip-up typically for big pike and such. And, of course, we got, Lake of the Woods with our great pike fish, and that's a common go-to technique. They lengthened the length that you could use for that. Before, the way it was written, I don't remember if it was 7 or 9 inches, but some of the manufactured quick strike rigs were longer than the Minnesota's rules allowed. So they now lengthened that to be longer so that the manufactured rigs now comply. Put it that way.
You can also hang a fun dog off of those. Little classic hot dog.
We've done that.
Mm-hmm.
What about a not fun dog?
Those pike are scavengers. And, it's my understanding, David, that, when you're using hot dogs for bait, almost like you would a dead bait or a minnow or something, the fattier the hot dogs, the better. The crappier, worse quality.
The cheap fun dogs.
Don't eat them.
You don't want an all beef one on down there. You want to.
Well, Brent, you know what it reminds me of? That whole rule with the blinking light and interpretation, it reminds me a lot of the Keep It Clean law. When we put out correspondence that, hey, there's a new law out for Keep It Clean. It's now, illegal to place trash or waste on or below the ice in Minnesota. You have to keep it in your fish house, in your vehicle, or in a closed container attached to one of those. Well, a lot of people are saying, wasn't that a law anyway? I mean, isn't that common sense? Well, the way the law was written before, it was written in a way that conservation officers really had a difficult time enforcing it. The way the new law is written, it's much more specific, so they can enforce it. And there's a fine attached with it. They only started out with a $100 fine, but at least there's money, a fine allocated towards it. And those things enough are going to prevent people, make them think a little bit more, so they don't get a ticket and they're gonna abide by it.
Have you seen anybody using jaw jackers or anything up there this year?
Paul?
I have not, no.
Curious if anybody would.
Nope.
But it is a little bit. It's a little bit different. I mean, they could use one in the fish house, certainly, I suppose, but it's a little bit different up there too, because most people are fishing out of permanent fish houses, right? And permanent houses, you're not using the tip ups as much, you're not using the jaw jackers as much. Everything is kind of right in your fish house, and it seems like the fish on Lake of the Woods too. Paul, you can comment on this, but I've been told by a lot of tournament anglers and just a lot of people that those fish on Lake of the Woods really move around a lot. Those walleyes do, especially. They're moving all the time, and I think that's one of the reasons why you can be so successful going out on that big basin, and even in the summer, a charter boat anchoring up or a normal fishing boat spot locking and being in one spot and jigging over the side, and you're going to normally have pretty darn good action. Those fish are constantly moving through.
Well, and the other thing with a jaw jacker, like when I fish a dead stick, and I don't always use a bigger minnow, but a lot of times I'll try to grab the bigger minnow out of the bucket, and I kind of want that fish to sit there and eat it, chew on it a little bit. You watch your bobber and it'll slowly go down, maybe pop back up, slowly go back down. So I kind of want that fish to sit there and eat it a little bit before that hook gets set. And I've never used a jaw jacker, so maybe there's ways to set it so you can let that fish chew on that minnow a little bit. But with a walleye, I'd almost rather have that fish just get to eat that bait instead of biting it and immediately getting that hook set. I wonder if there's like a missed fish ratio with walleyes and automatic hook setters. I don't know. I've never used one, but
Danny, wouldn't you be able to have that thing cocked and then have a little bit of extra line out below that?
I don't know. I've never used one, so I don't know.
How they work.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. But that's kind of why I asked the question. You think about it like as a substitute for a rattle reel or a dead stick, you could actually have something there setting the hook. But you're right. I don't know how many times we'll watch that bobber go down and kind of stay down for a second before we set the hook.
Rattle reel goes just slowly and then goes again. But I don't know, Joe. Have you used one before?
No, I haven't. Okay. But I will say this: if I was going to use one, I would just put the smaller minnow on. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of times when I let them take a little bit and miss them, and then there's times where you have to adapt and pop them right away. Every day is different. I think I think there's some different opportunities there. And, a person might even do things differently too, where I don't know. I said use smaller minnows. Maybe you tweak the way you hook a minnow or where you hook it. There might be some different tips and tricks. People in other states have been using them for years.
Well, according to the AI overview, and I believe everything that AI tells me, you can absolutely adjust the tension on a jaw jacker, allowing you to fine-tune it for light bites from small fish or heavier pulls from large fish. You can also adjust the rod angle with a pin for a harder or softer hook set. So I don't know,
that doesn't have to do with that. That has to do with how hard you're setting the hook and how sensitive it is when it sets a hook. But that doesn't have to do with how much line do you let them take.
Right. And I was just going to say, I don't know if you can, turn your drag down or something, let them pull line out. But I don't know.
No, but all you have to do is when you set that, you're setting it based on the end of the rod. It's not based on the tension of the line going down to the bait. So all you'd have to do is have an extra 6 inches, 1 foot of line, whatever you wanted for them to take it. Now, the kicker would be if that fish grabs it and they have it for a while and they're not swimming, it's going to be forever before that hook gets set.
Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose of having one.
But that'd be, that'd be the same as a bobber not really moving either. Then, I mean, just be sitting there staring at it, I guess. But
yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely not needed in a house. I was just curious if anybody had actually tried it, but
as a hook setting addict, as myself, I think the time that I get to that point of letting something set the hook for me, I think I'm gonna find a new passion.
Yeah, just work on water lines and stuff. Yeah,
there's nothing better than watching the bobber go down and then just getting to reef on that fish. I think a bobber hook set's more fun.
When they set the hook, anyone else, or is it just me?
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give it the old hook set grunt, you know.
Ooh. Yeah. No, there's nothing better than setting the hook, and I don't know, and I don't do a lot of tip up fishing either, so I don't see myself getting a jaw jacker really anytime soon, but. That setting the hook is the best part about it.
So Bret, I'll say this, it's actually just Paul, we know you so well because the SJR 500 is at your resort and you've hosted a number of media events and stuff and you're very active. But for people that haven't heard or don't know so much about Riverbend, maybe just give a little idea. I mean, Paul and Brandy Johnson own both the Riverbend Resort on the Rainy River, right at the mouth of the Rainy River, right by the lake, 12 miles north of Bret. But they also own the Walleye Inn Hotel, which is in the town of Bret. And Paul, maybe just talk about, how you get out to your fish houses. Do you have sleepers? Talk about your resort. Obviously, we're talking about the Miles Bar and we're talking about food and drink, but maybe just give an overview for people that don't know.
Absolutely. And so Riverbend Resort and the Walleye Inn, our main goal, our main mission is to provide access and just an amazing experience through the fishing outdoor industry. So what we do is we offer multiple ways to come up to stay with us. We have the Walleye Inn that's available in the town of Bret. Single king rooms, double queen rooms, great centrally located for spring and fall fishing when the river starts opening up. Just a short drive from the Walleye Inn out to the resorts, out to the Whalers Point area. So you can stay in town at the Walleye Inn. We have a great setup of cabins to access directly to the Rainy River. Get on those spring and fall migrations that happen right past our docks, right in front of the resort twice a year. And then, when we're going out ice fishing, we're running our houses off of Adrian's Road, off to our little area just north of Pine Island where we fish. And we just try to keep our houses in that same fish migration that's happening as they're moving in and out of the Rainy River, out into the lake and then back. So what we have set up, and then sleepers, if you like to stay out on the ice and be with the stars and the fish at the same time, or the sun and the fish at the same time, you can stay out in one of our sleepers as well. But what we like to do is just we do all the work. So all you have to do is arrive, relax, and fish. And so we got a crew that is making sure the ice houses are ready to go when you get here. Holes are drilled, preheated. You drive right to your fish house. You hop in. You start fishing. We're providing all the bait for you while you're out fishing. We're cleaning all your fish for you also. So again, just come up, relax, fish.
Talk about the bar and restaurant, Paul. You have a really good reputation for food. We talked about that one burger already, but you got some unique. Like even some of your appetizers are pretty unique, and then just some of you have some favorites. Obviously, they kind of when you change a menu, they stand the test of time. Maybe to comment on those a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, other than fishing, the best way to a fisher person's heart is through their stomach. And so these are some of the things we can control, and that's what we're putting in our food and how we're preparing it. So we do a lot of our appetizers from scratch. A lot of our sauces and recipes are from scratch. And growing up in the culinary industry, as I did, applying that now in the outdoor fishing world, it's a lot of fun to see people's reactions when they are biting into, say, the glazed and confused burger. It's not just a burger on a bun. I mean, as I explained earlier, it's what we put into that. And then that paw print stamped bun besides. So it's a lot of fresh ingredients, a lot of from scratch recipes. And then the staff is the number one. Ryan, our oldest son, is in the kitchen. He's been doing this for quite a while, and just he loves it. Lori, our kitchen lead, is just really sending out these consecutive tasting dishes that people are loving. Being creative, Brandy and her work together. Heather, all our staff, and then all the girls out front in the office. It takes a whole team to make someone's experience a positive one, and so I got to give credit to all of them as well. But great. Bring your fish in, and we'll cook them up too. We use the same batter that we use during our Friday night, famous Friday night fish fries in the summer. So even if you're not staying with us and you want to come into Miles Lab and have your fish cooked up, we do all the dishes. We'll cook the fish, you can add your sides, and we'll even clean the table and do all the dishes when you're all done. So we make it as easy as we can.
What's that appetizer with a pickle? Do you still have that one? What's that called?
The fried pickles?
You have fried pickles, right? And then you had another one too. What was it? Bret, didn't they have like an egg roll or something that was really good? We tried one time.
Like pickle spears almost.
Let's see.
Yeah. What's your most popular appetizer, Paul?
Well, so the fried pickles were probably the most popular. Now we do so they are a pickle spear wrapped with cheese, and then we deep fry them, so you get that crunchy
I bet that's
pickle
what it was.
crisp.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But our jalapeno wontons are probably most famous appetizer right now, and they are very similar. We use the same style of a wrap to hold it all together, but it's a jalapeno bacon cream cheese folded into wonton style cut, and then we use our Melba sauce that we make that you dip it in. It's just a sweet, savory sauce that goes with the cream cheese, the jalapeno, the bacon. Wow, it's good.
Your pretzels are pretty hard to beat too.
Oh, what? What'd you say, Danny?
The pretzels. The pretzels are hard to beat.
Those are huge.
Yeah.
They come hanging on one of those hooks, and I mean, one pretzel you can share that amongst a number of people. You know what? And then Paul, you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And how late do you serve at night? Is that right?
Yeah, we serve up the best breakfast, lunch, and dinner over here at Miles Lab. 6:30 a.m. the lodge opens up, serving breakfast right off the menu. A lot more from scratch recipes, French toast, pancakes, hollandaise sauce for days. It's good stuff. Lunch, of course, burgers, sandwiches, appetizers, dinner. We serve up until 9 p.m. So come on in, get your fish and fuel for the day, and or come back in and rejuvenate with one of those Bloody Marys that come with those pretzel sticks and a piece of candied bacon.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, David
that
just
candied
perked
bacon.
Yeah, full disclosure, I actually ate some walleye before the show today, so I'm kind of full. It was from actually our trip to Riverbend. And but I'm getting hungry. I don't know what it is. It's names like the Honey Hole, the Line Tangler, the Rippin' River, Glazed and I just keep going back to Glazed and Confused. Though. That sounds so good.
We have a breakfast sandwich. We have a breakfast sandwich that we use. We make the French toast up right per order, but it's called the Toast Malone.
Who comes up with your names?
French toast breakfast sandwich. Oh, that's Brandy. That's totally
sounds about
Brandy.
right.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
I can't take credit for anything. I fix water lines and dig holes. That's what I do.
I brought Lindsay up there a couple of years ago, and she still talks about the pulled pork sandwich she had.
That the notorious PIG?
Yes.
I've had many of those.
She's like, we were just talking about it the other day. She's like, I still think about that pulled pork sandwich.
So she's coming to the SGR 500.
Maybe.
Yeah, she should.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you another one is, Paul's Paul and Brandy are one of the sponsors for Paid Forward. So they put up typically 12 veterans, and they flip the lodging and the meals and the charter fishing for these veterans for a Paid Forward event. And one of the evenings, we have group dinners with everybody. We normally have 80 to 90 veterans. And one of the dinners we have is that famous fish fry that Riverbend puts on. And we have that right on the banks. It's outside. They got kind of a little hut out there that they bring all the fixings, and people just go through a line, and then we sit out on the picnic tables right on the banks of the Rainy River. It is such a neat atmosphere. And man, we kid around about it. Yep. The batter on the walleye is excellent. The homemade tartar sauce is incredible. But I'll tell you what, we're confused. Is it a walleye buffet? Is it an all-you-can-eat walleye buffet, or is it an all-you-can-eat bacon buffet? Because that pile of bacon that he cooks is thick cut bacon. You can have as much as you want. 6767.
Oh,
fried
man.
onions.
Wow, look at this guy.
You can tell I'm throwing some young people, can't you?
It's the last time you're going to be on this show. Wow. That's pretty good.
Well, and the last time we were up there, that we I think it was the last Friday night fish fry of the year, and we sat on the banks of the Rainy River there, and it was about 70 degrees. The sun was setting, like it was the most perfect conditions for a fish fry. It was so enjoyable. It's such a great atmosphere up there. I love it. Can't wait to get back up there. Not sooner. We'll be there in April, of course. Make plans for the SGR 500, April 7th and 8th at Riverbend Resort. Paul, anything else you want to add? Give us websites, stuff like that, social media.
First one, if I got 10 seconds, the Pig Lebowski. That's the other.
Yes.
It's got bacon, ham, and sausage in it. So the Pig Lebowski.
I love it. It really ties the room
if you
together.
How come you're looking at Bret when you say that with a smile?
Because he knows I'm going to order it. Maybe 2.
How about 3?
That could happen.
4?
It's a definite possibility.
What about 5?
I could see it.
If you're there for a week.
6 maybe? 7? 6 or 7 of them maybe?
Oh, come on, Dan.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Heck
And then
yeah.
also, if you're going to come up fishing, we just got these in, so I'm gonna mention this on the show if that's all right. But we got our I don't know if you can see that, but these are our Riverbend Resort jigging spoons. They got the Riverbend Resort on them. Very effective. This is the gold color. So if you guys are coming up this way, we have some of those ready to go for you for active biting fish.
Nice.
But if you want to come up and do some fishing with us at Riverbend or through the Walleye Inn or in one of our sleepers, go to riverbendresort.com. All the information is on there. We have a great booking engine. If you have your dates ready and you know when you want to come and fish, really simple, easy. Click book now, enter your dates, and it walks you through the rest. Or give us a call, 1-800-292-3084.
And Joe, if people want to find out more about Lake of the Woods in general?
Yeah, you know what? The Lake of the Woods Tourism's website, and that is lakeofthewoodsmn.com.
Thanks for listening to the Fish Hunt Forever show. Download the Fish Hunt Forever podcast wherever you get podcasts or watch on the Fish Hunt Forever YouTube channel. If you like today's show, please give us a 5-star review. Find past shows, articles, news about regulations, and more at fishhuntforever.com.